Now.
All right.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to COEX Talk. Today we have a very special friend. Her name is Audrey, and she will tell us a little bit more about her path on being vegetarian. Her conversation will be about being holistically vegetarian, actually. So, Audrey, welcome to COEX Talk. So, tell us a little bit more about who you are.
Thank you for having me, you guys. So I am vegetarian currently, but I kind of switch between being vegetarian and vegan. Since January, I've been vegetarian because I've been eating eggs in the morning every now and again. But I've really bought my last carton of eggs, and so I'm switching back to being vegan.
Uh-huh.
So I live in El Paso, but I'm not originally from El Paso. I'm actually from North Carolina, a
Oh.
rural
Ooh,
place in
okay.
North
Well, I
Carolina.
hope our community is treating you very well.
Yes, I love it here. I've been here for almost 5 years.
Mm.
And so I'm from a very rural community in North Carolina where I was born and raised. And I was raised with my grandparents. My grandfather had a farm. Well, not a farm,
Oh,
a garden. And
yes.
he grew
Agree.
everything. I hated growing stuff in the garden. I hated
Really, Audrey?
paint it. Yes, as a kid, I dreaded it. I did like picking the stuff and eating it. But you know how that goes. And then what really influenced me besides that was my grandmother. She had heart disease and diabetes, as well as a lot of the other women in my family.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing them struggle with their health, seeing one of my aunts lose her legs, seeing them deteriorate right in front of me, these strong, beautiful women that I loved and who inspired me. And it made me ask a lot of questions, like, why is this happening? And I started doing research, and I found out maybe it was as simple as them tweaking their diet, changing the things that they eat and how often they eat it. And there's a lot of baggage there really to unpack. And that's another reason why I'm vegan. So before organic, I know I'm jumping around a little bit here.
No, it's okay. It's okay to jump around. We do it all the time.
So, now we have all this marketing, organic, non-GMO, and natural, things like that. That wasn't around, or I don't remember that as a kid. My grandfather's garden was naturally organic. It was already all of those things. And so I grew up eating that way. So this has actually come to be really natural for me, eating a variety of foods, eating the rainbow, eating minimally processed foods. And it's a part of my life. I can say that this will continue to be my lifestyle. So I really came to veganism because of health. And not necessarily because of the animals, which that is a big part for me now.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people have their own reasons for going vegan. Mine was more so for health.
No, it's true. I don't eat pork or beef meat, and my reason is carbon emissions, but the number one is animals. And the conditions, and we can go to another topic, so I don't want to stay off topic, but it's true. We all have our own reasons, and it's important that we acknowledge those reasons and respect those reasons.
Yes. Yeah. And I respect your reason. And I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect vegan. I'm not. I've had slip-ups, and I don't blame myself, and I don't angry at other people if they say, I'm not vegan or I'm vegetarian, because I'm really the only one in my family. And I'm not going to alienate my loved ones or myself. But I've noticed that since I haven't been trying to push it on people, whenever people come around me, they naturally eat more vegan. They'll try what I'm eating. They'll want to, learn more about what I'm watching and what I'm reading. And I just naturally have that effect on the people around me. And I don't have to, yell at them. I don't have to say, you're wrong. Well,
Yes.
which I know is a bad stereotype.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We got to change it.
And it happens backwards too when you're trying to eat, like, I don't want to say healthier, but more conscious. Sometimes you get judged too. It's like, why are you not eating it? There you go with your ideas, and it's not an idea, it's an awareness that what goes into your body is as important as like the experiences you're having. It's equally important what you're eating as what you're experiencing outside, like your emotions.
Yes, and those two are really like connected.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I still suffer from anxiety, and
Mm-hmm.
I overthink a
I think
lot.
we all do.
I think we all do, definitely.
Good to know I'm not the only one. I'm not
No,
alone.
you're
But actually, the gut plays a huge role in that.
mm-hmm.
And what can help with anxiety is something as simple as probiotics, nourishing your healthy gut bacteria. Because the gut and the brain have, it's called the brain gut barrier or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they are in connection and they communicate directly with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if you've noticed, or if you're one of those people that whenever you don't eat for a while, you become another person.
Anna.
Anna, that's me too.
I am literally a monster if I don't eat. So people know, like, if Anna is hungry, she needs to be fed if we don't want to deal with Monster Anna. So,
Right?
yeah.
Exactly. It is commercial. That's us. But yes, and then when you eat a lot of sugar and a lot of processed greasy food, that affects your anxiety, that affects your skin, that affects the way you sleep at night. It
Mm-hmm.
literally affects all of that. It's all connected.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So I have a comment on that. I am not like vegetarian. I've been trying, like I have certain like months that I do it. So it's kind of like a process. I still eat chicken, but I try to eat like a little bit of chicken because I love like buffalo wings. But I notice that every time I eat them, I get swollen. It's like, and the next day my stomach is upset, and I know every time I'm gonna eat it, this is gonna happen. And I know I shouldn't, but I'm a human and I make mistakes. I decide to make the mistake. And so I understand what you're saying. Like everything affects the way that we're feeling, like our food affects the way that we're feeling.
Cauliflower, like buffalo cauliflower, tastes exactly like buffalo like wings. So just
But
keep
they
that.
don't offer it like in all places. You have to look for the
But
picture.
it's starting to get more
Popular.
common. So
I
yeah.
know. Where did you
What?
try your buffalo cauliflower wings, Anna?
Okay, so ones that are my favorite are the ones at Alamo Draft House. And then this other place that it's like right there on Piedras, it's called El Paso Wing Factory. They have the buffalo cauliflower. Well, actually, you can ask for it with any of like the sauces.
Uh-huh.
But when it comes to that, I like it with buffalo. Like, yeah,
I say we all go there together one day.
I agree.
That sounds
We can wear
delicious.
masks. Anyway, so tell us a little bit more about why you chose this topic. Well, yes, it has to do with your background and that connection, but is there anything else like specifically or more about your journey transitioning? How hard has it been or how easy? Because to me, leaving uh, beef and pork was easy when I read an article and I was crying and I was just like, no, I don't want it anymore. But then other stuff are very difficult for me, like hot wings. So tell us more about your experience in this journey.
Thank you for asking. So transitioning wasn't very hard for me. I started out vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
I just started like you, just taking meat out of my diet.
Mm-hmm.
And just focusing on other things. The hardest thing for me to give up, Maria,
Mhm.
was cheese.
Yes. Yes.
Dairy.
Let's talk about cheese. Mm-hmm.
I love cheese. Like, oh my goodness, I could eat it every day, you know?
Yes.
And a lot of the vegan cheeses, they're not as good as the real thing. They don't quite melt right, but it's getting better. I think in a year or a few years, you won't be able to tell the difference because,
Really?
yes, it's getting really good.
Are you gonna share some products today?
Of course. So,
Because we had a meeting on Saturday, and you should have seen it was a table full of cheese, and we were all like,
yes, cheese.
yeah. So what are the effects of like not eating cheese on you? Have you felt like healthier?
Yes. For me, I had period issues, menstrual cycle problems, lots of bad cramping, bloating, acne, etc., etc. I used to dread that time of the month because I would literally have to take time off. I couldn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And aside from dairy, removing dairy from my diet has been the best thing.
Really?
I tried to go on birth control, and that worked for a little while, but then it no longer worked, and it's not really something I want to get back on.
Yeah.
But removing dairy has helped with my menstrual cycle, and I mean, I don't really think about it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I've made a lot of substitutes at home, and when it comes,
that's what I was gonna ask next. So
yes.
what have you substituted with?
So not only was I addicted to cheese, I was also addicted to yogurt. And one of my favorite yogurts that I can use now is like a Greek style plant-based yogurt. I don't know if you guys can see this.
It's
It's called Kite Hill.
Kite Hill. Okay.
And I put this in my smoothies with some protein and some fruit.
Oh, that
and
looks
I'm good to go.
delicious.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And the milk I was going to use today is this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Voila.
I love oat milk.
I know.
I just love it. I have never been a fan of cow milk, but oat milk, yes. It's just the flavor. It doesn't taste like animal.
I'm lactose intolerant, so normal milk is a no-go for me.
A lot of us are, Anna. Like a lot of us are like, POC, even Asian people, Black people, Hispanic people, like we are just naturally lactose intolerant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think in Mexican culture, sometimes you guys will use like a goat cheese, right? Like a
Yes.
goat. Okay, right.
Delicious.
I do not like goat cheese either. I mean, I love goat cheese. I don't like goat milk.
Right.
I don't like my milk to come from any
I haven't
animal.
tried goat milk.
Goat milk?
It's not my favorite. They say it's better, but again, just anything that comes from an animal, I don't want. I no longer want to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, Anna, the cheeses now, some of the artisanal cheeses, they're kind of expensive, and I don't really buy them a lot because I don't want to buy a block of cheese this big for $10. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the other thing. There is so much inequality in terms of food and food access right now because all these organic things, labels that sometimes I don't even trust anymore because it could be greenwash. It makes it difficult for other people of like that are from lower income families that can't really pay for this, and so they're eating all these food with all these chemicals and this is again another topic, but it makes it so difficult for people to even consider a healthy diet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when there's like McDonald's where you can buy 2 for $1 and it's just easy for people to be able to afford that better than just having to go and buy an organic lettuce and spinach in order to have your rainbow and all of that. So it is sad to see.
And especially if you have a big family, like you're not gonna even like consider buying an organic that's $3 when you have to feed 5 kids.
Oh no, I totally get that. That's why I think of veganism as holistic, and that is what has helped me to continue this lifestyle. And some questions that I know people have, and what I want to frame in a way so that a lot of people get is like, how can I do this at home? How can I go vegan at home? How can I make this sustainable? Well, you have to do it holistically. Vegan is a trend. It's definitely a trend, or it can be trendy. You know, if you just want to try some vegan food, you can go and find an influencer. You can go, you know, out to a restaurant and try a food. But if you really want to make it a lifestyle, you have to do it holistically. That means it has to be sustainable. It has to be affordable. It has to taste good. You know, like it has to work for you. McDonald's is hella convenient, you know, but you have to weigh your options. It's convenient, but it's not good for you. So you can save money right now by going to McDonald's every day. But, you know, after 20 or 30 years, you're going to be paying that extra money to the doctor because you're going to be on medicines. You may even have heart disease, diabetes. And the healthcare burden in this country is massive. That's another reason why, you know, if you can't go vegan right now, where you should incorporate things into your life. And I just want to get a little more into making it sustainable. And there are different ways that I want to address it: the environment, the costs, and then leading a healthier life. Because those are all, and of course the animals, those are all reasons people go vegan. Now for the environment, like meat and dairy, as you mentioned, Maria, the carbon emissions from beef is the highest ever, higher than anything. They cut down trees to grow crops to feed these animals. Then the amount of water that goes into growing these animals, and then how, you know, they live in these horrible conditions. A lot of the animals have, they can have diseases, and they're injected with antibiotics, and then they're just all kind of like thrown together. And then, you know, you can picture ground beef. They're ground up. The diseased animals, the healthy animals, they're all ground together, and it makes your ground beef. It makes your meat. And, you know, we are eating that, and it's not healthy on any level. Some movies or some documentaries to check out to learn more about facts about how eating meat hurts the environment is Cowspiracy and Seaspiracy and Food Inc. Those are really great documentaries. And the big one right now is Seaspiracy. So I plan on watching that very, very soon. You know, we've all heard the saying that the ocean there won't be a fish in the ocean by 2050 or something like that, right? Have you guys heard that?
Yes. There will be more. I've heard that there will be more trash in the ocean than fish.
Yeah.
Trash than fish. Okay. That's another issue.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Claudia, do you have like any like anything to add when it comes to like meat eating and the environment and, you know, its impact?
So I did a study last semester on, you know, which type of diet would be better for the environment. And it was a little, I guess there is no diet that is better for the environment, because all agriculture is changing the environment, changing waterways, and manipulating ecosystems. The problem that was mostly, you know, trying to highlight is food waste. We waste more food than we produce. So it's kind of like you know, it, it's kind of hard because in agriculture it's like it's a double-edged sword, because you're trying to mass produce, and regardless if it's you're growing vegetables or growing or dealing with animals, you have to clear land, and waterways are manipulated. So it's vegan, I guess, would be slightly better. That's what I'm like.
No, the science, the numbers don't lie. And
let me mention something real quickly. We did have a COEX talk last year on how your diet impacts the planet. And there are 2 diets, but it's in Spanish. We're working on translating everything, but its capacity is just hard for us right now. But this one was in Spanish, and the Mediterranean diet, and there's a diet in Japan with a lot of raw food. Both of them incorporate meat, like the Mediterranean does have lamb, but the thing over there is that they take all like advantage of the whole animal. So they have a lot of grains, they have a lot of rices, a lot of vegetables incorporated, and even as a healthy source, those were the 2 that came out to be the most like healthier diets as well, with the best impact, like not too hard impact on the environment. So there's a correlation.
I'm familiar with the Japan one. Is it the Okinawa people?
I think so.
All living people.
I think so.
Yes, I've heard about that. Did you guys look at the vegan diet or the vegetarian diet?
No.
Okay.
I know that it's a lot of raw fish, and I honestly can't. I'd rather take fish out of my diet. But yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, if you guys if we wanna get more into the facts, in those movies I mentioned, Cowspiracy, Seaspiracy, Food Inc., they list facts, they list resources, and you guys can check it out for yourself, and then figure out if it's useful information. The next section, or the next thing I want to talk about when making a vegan diet sustainable and how you can do it at home, is cost. As I mentioned earlier, we don't want to buy a little 10-ounce tray of cheese for $10. That's just not sustainable. It's a treat. It's meant to be a treat, like a lot of food that we eat. The best way is comparing food. So my blueberries and my pineapple here that we had for the smoothie.
Can you put the plate a little bit up higher?
Sorry.
So
we have some pineapple here. And here's a trick that I do. I save money every single time I shop. Instead of buying fresh pineapple, I will buy frozen certain times of the year, because it's like $1 or $2, as opposed to buying the whole pineapple or the fruit that's already cut up. Same thing with blueberries. I'll buy frozen blueberries. I'll buy frozen spinach, and I'll add those things to my smoothie.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to save money that way. And I'll also only shop seasonally. So like if you go to Sprouts, they have certain things on sale during certain times of the year. During the summer, they have blueberries. They have, watermelon, oranges, lemons, things like that are on sale. Now, here in the West, we like to eat everything all types of the year, even things that should not be eaten during those times of the year. Those things are more expensive whenever we do that. So we have to really put that luxury aside whenever we're trying to, control the cost of the food that we're eating. So frozen instead of fresh at certain times of the year is a really good tip. Another thing is, people think veganism is expensive because of some of the foods. Like if you go out and you buy the Beyond Meat burgers, it's gonna charge you like $10 for 2 patties. Let me tell you something. Before the Beyond Meat burger, vegans were eating black bean burgers. You know how much a can of black beans is? It's like 80 cents. You know, so instead of always eating the trendy vegan foods, the $10 cheeses, the $10 burgers, you gotta kind of, there's a trade-off, you know, get that 80 cents can of black beans, get you some flour, get you some veggies, get you some seasoning, garlic, onion, not for Anna, you know, no onion for Anna, but you know,
I'm getting hungry.
season it up and you got a burger right there.
True.
Potatoes, rice, beans, squash, all these things are very affordable, and they should make up the bulk of the vegan diet, not the trendy vegan foods. And eating those trendy vegan foods, which kind of, you know, takes me into the next section, does not make you healthier, because those things are highly processed. And it's almost as similar as eating McDonald's when you eat the Beyond Burger. Now, I love it. I'll eat it every now and again.
Me too.
Yeah, they're so good. But you have to use it as a treat. Eat it as a treat. Save money, and you save calories, and you save cholesterol. And unhealthy food isn't really as cheap as we think it is. There are subsidies that the government gives to certain industries, and that includes the meat industry and the dairy industry. And that's why those foods are a lot cheaper, you know? And then you have sugar in everything. It's in everything. Bread, cereal, pasta, sauce. Sometimes it's even in water. I know that sounds ridiculous, right? But I've seen like drinks that are like sparkling water, stuff like that, that have sugar in it. And it's so hard. It's so hard to really get away from it, but we have to in order to lead healthier lives. The burden is on us because our healthcare, you know, we're the fattest country, we're the most unhealthiest country, and we spend billions every single year on our healthcare system. And it's not a healthcare system, it's a sick care system. I know that's very controversial to say, but
no, you're right.
You know how many times I've been to the hospital in my almost 29 years? Just once. You know, the hospital's not for healthy people, it's for sick people. You know, you go to the doctor, and when I go to the doctor, I do my checkups and everything. You know, it's not, they only help you if you're sick. They're not really teaching you how to lead healthier lives. Yes, preventative care. And I'm not blaming anyone.
No, but it's true.
We choose what we eat. You know, we choose to make those choices every day. I just want people to know that we can change. We have to. Any questions, guys?
No, I'm like, I want to hear more.
Okay, I can keep going.
Yeah, keep going, please.
So yeah, along with the burden of healthcare, and now that we're talking about preventative care, food is supposed to nourish us. Food is information, but it's also deeper than that. You know, I like to have this conversation that being vegan is not a single issue movement. It's not just about the animals, because, you know, everything is intertwined. And when you're becoming a holistic vegetarian or holistic vegan, you're doing it from a space of for the animals, for your health, for the planet, and for your pockets. You know, that's just the real. And you have to, and even your gender. Me as a woman, sometimes I eat because, you know, I want to have a good period, or, you know, I need to make sure my hormones are balanced, et cetera, et cetera. You know, so all of those things matter. And even culture. You know, if you're Mexican or Mexican American, you can totally be vegan. I made enchiladas this past weekend with vegan cheese and the chile salsa and the tortillas. It was delicious. And I got the recipe from, you know, my from an actual Mexican American woman who's been cooking this recipe for years, and she helped veganize it. And it's just like things like that culturally is so important. Other foods like even the birria, I think that's how you pronounce it, birria tacos. You can make that with jackfruit.
Birria, right?
Birria, I think so.
Yeah.
Birria. Okay, yeah.
I like how you say it though.
It's a lot cuter.
Wait, teach me how to say it again.
Birria.
With a double R. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, we were also talking about anxiety. And food is thy medicine. That's what Hippocrates said way a long time ago. And I feel like it still stands. Food is thy medicine. The food that you eat can nourish your body or it can hurt your body. Think about it. When you eat something so good, some soul food, too many enchiladas, you know, sometimes you get a little sleepy. You know, you wake up the next day and you're feeling a little cloudy. You're low energy, things like that. It matters. That matters. And whenever you're eating the rainbow, when you're eating vegetables or you're drinking your vegetables, because a lot of the times I put some spinach in my smoothie and other stuff, and I drink it and I go. Make sure I have some serving of fruit and vegetables in the day. Whenever I eat that way, I feel so much better. I'm happier. I have so much more energy. I can kick ass in the gym, you know, and yeah. And then nootropics are a thing, like mushrooms. They have a lot of benefits for our brain health. And I'm not really, I don't want to say too much because I haven't really done a lot of research on nootropics, but I was kind of reading about how, you know, nootropics, mushrooms, a plant-based diet, and certain fats can help combat things like dementia, Alzheimer's. So I'm going to do more research into that.
Okay.
But yeah, we've kind of went over the holistic side of it, you know, how you can do it at home. Well, you have to take into consideration your gender, your culture, your goals, your reasons why you're doing this. And you have to make it affordable and sustainable.
Wow, that was a lot of good information for us.
And just by the way, once you learn a little bit more about nootropics, is that how it's called? You're coming back and talking about that, right?
I've read a little bit, and I've seen lately a lot of more kind of like products, and I love going to District Coffee downtown because it's close to my house, and they have a mushroom coffee, and I haven't tried it yet, but I've been seeing a lot of like new products from that and read a little bit. So yes, please come back whenever you are ready with your research.
Yes, of course. And for me, and the mushroom coffee is delicious, Maria. You have to try it. With some oat milk, girl.
Yeah.
With some cinnamon. Oh.
Yes, cinnamon.
Oh, that sounds good with cinnamon. I love cinnamon.
It's delicious.
Sustainability. Is there anything else? Any questions, ladies?
I was gonna ask you if you want me to share the sheet that you shared with us.
Yes, of course. So I shared with COEX, my friends at COEX, some resources for anyone who wants to, you know, transition, or anyone who's already vegan and you want to read some books. If you want to look up any research, there are plant-based doctors, there's documentaries you can watch. And again, you know, I'm going to continue updating the list, guys. So stay tuned.
Yes. I'm trying to see if I can zoom on the document instead of my here. Can you all see well?
Yes, you can see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Works over nice.
We will be sharing this with Audrey's conversation when we upload it so that everyone can have access to this amazing database. Thank you so much for sharing it. I'm definitely, you know, this is a great timing because I don't know what to watch on the TV right now. I typically don't like watching TV because if I do, then I struggle sleeping. But I need to watch something and I was like, what's next? So I'm going to definitely watch. Maybe we can watch that. Which one was the one you said, Cowspiracy, that you haven't watched?
The new one is Seaspiracy.
Seaspiracy.
The internet's
Seaspiracy.
talking about it.
Maybe we should all watch it and then have conversations about it.
Yes, of course. That sounds good. It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Actually, I had just seen it today. Like, I was like, what is that?
Tell us, Claudia. Tell us, please.
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
I saw the banner on Netflix. I was like, what is this?
Love. This is amazing, Audrey.
and I've included some local things. I know there's more than that here in El Paso. And I also meant to include in Las Cruces Mountain View, the grocery store. I love that place.
Me too. I've been there before, and I'm like,
There.
hello.
Such a great store.
Mhm.
So I'll include that on there.
Okay.
And, local restaurants you guys can try. One Grub,
Yes.
together if you haven't. They're delicious. Juicery Plus, Sane Vegan Treats. I just bought my birthday cake from them. I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow. So we'll see.
Oh, what's your birthday?
On the 31st.
Oh, happy birthday.
Birthday in advance.
I'll be 29, the big 29.
Oh, you're
We're on the 30s already.
little.
You look so young.
Yeah, I thought you were like 23. I was like, oh, yes. 20. Yes.
3. Nobody's gonna know.
Yeah, I agree. Like, seriously, you'd just be like, I'm 23. I'm
And
turning 24.
yeah. And
Right?
Claudia is not a millennial, but we just made her millennial when we were the other day talking about generations. We're like, Claudia, you're a millennial. Well,
Wait, you're not
Audrey,
millennial?
huh?
Are you Gen Z?
She's what are you, Gen Y or something?
I'm Gen X.
X.
Gen X. Nobody knows Gen X. You're millennial.
No, I totally did not know. You could totally pass for millennial.
Yeah,
Thank you.
she's one of us.
We're going to say she's just a millennial. It doesn't matter.
All right.
Well, Audrey, thank you so much. We don't want to keep you very long because we could definitely with this amazing conversation, but we want to honor your time and respect it as well. So thank you so much for joining us, for sharing this valuable information. I'm pretty sure that our community, there's a lot of people doing these transitions and waking up more into being aware of their food, their environment. So thank you so much. And we hope that this conversation really helps more people that are in this like journey of more holistic vegetarian or just holistic lifestyle overall. So thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you guys for having me. I really enjoyed this conversation. And if anyone has any questions, DM me, Natural Plant Vibes at Instagram.
Yes.
Can you repeat that?
Good to see.
Add her because she posts really nice stuff.
Natural Plant Vibes at on Instagram. DM me if you have any questions. I'll answer any questions you guys have. Let me know. And I'm so glad I could come and talk with you ladies. You're also very beautiful. And I've enjoyed this.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Audrey. Maybe you should join us in our next get together. That way you can learn a little bit more about us, and we can learn a little bit, well, a lot more about you. And like Maria said, thank you so much for your time. We truly are grateful for people like you that agree to just come and just teach the community about what they can do. And transitions are so important nowadays. It's not just about our bodies, it's about the world, it's about the future. So thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Bye, Audrey.
Thank you.